I want to ask about this crystal vibe, right? A lot of people speak about crystals. A lot of people wear crystals. In my experience, most people don't clearly understand why they wear it. It's more a fashion trend. Can you please explain what are crystals?
My definition of crystals, just being a biochemist, studying organic matter, or what they would call organic or inorganic material. A crystal is a organic material that have fractal patterns eternally within itself. It can be a mineral, it can be glass, it can come from any elements, but inside of it, the atoms are highly organized, where they reflect themselves and have basically a fractal that constantly repeats itself. That's a crystal. And the reason why crystals are so important to our body is because not only do our body synthesize these crystals called liquid crystals or liquid crystallines, we actually have it within inside of our molecular structure. And inside your brain, you have like trillions of what you would call magnetite crystals. Then around each different cells, it's called the cytoskeleton of the cell. Even inside of our cytoplasm, you have something called cholesterol, LDL cholesterol and HDL cholesterol. When these things mix with mucus around the cells, they form something called liquid crystals. And all crystals it's these organic patterns that act as receptors and antennas to your outside environment. So your skin acts as a receptor where it scans the environment and it brings signals back to the environment, and it tells your molecular structure how to change to interact with the environment. Not only is it interacting with the environment, but when it brings the signal back, it brings the signal to the actual liquid crystals, and the liquid crystals actually go through something called DNA methylation, where DNA methylation changes the genome, and this changes how you interact with your environment. So crystals are amazing. And not only that, crystals are powerful because they actually operate at a certain frequency. They call it microhertz. And your body and your cells have certain microhertz to them. The body consists of 150 trillion cells. These cells have a 0.07 megawatt volt that's coming from them. This is actually electrified or magnified by the actual liquid crystals inside the body. So crystals are amazing. Your body is made of crystals, cell phones are made of crystals, computers are made of crystals, this new nanotechnology that they're using for televisions, camera, the glass in there, these are crystals. So without crystals, you really can't function properly, because crystals, it actually magnify and it's a receptor to the electrical magnetic grid of the earth. So crystals are very important, and crystal work is important too.
What advice would you give to someone choosing the proper crystals for them?
You have to go by feel. Now, you do have different types of tests where you can test the crystals and you can test the microhertz on those, but a lot of people, they're not accessible to a lot of people. So the best thing to do to see if a crystal works for you or not is grab the crystal. If your microhertz go down, that means it's a bad crystal for you. If your microhertz or your energetic field go up, that means it's good for you. But there have been tests shown that, you can get a crystal and they take them to these test rooms or these test sites, and inflammation will increase because the crystal is too energetic, or it'll be too low and it'll drain them from all their energy. So I say just trust your body, trust your electrical magnetic grid of your body, trust your own energy and emotions, or what we call emotions, and test the crystal. Keep it on you. The beautiful thing about crystals, you don't have to have it right against your skin, because it's all working off of signals in the biofield, or what we call the electrical magnetic grid. This is a grid that permeates outside of our body the same way it permeates outside of the earth. So get around a crystal, always stay within 6 feet of the crystal, and then you got to be silent and feel how your body feel. If your body feel good, if your body feel in balance, if it feel in homeostasis, that's a good crystal to use. Mine is quartz. Clear quartz is amazing with me. Amethyst works amazing with me. Rose quartz works amazing with me. Obsidians do not work good with me though. Whenever I get around an obsidian, I feel lower and hurts. I feel like it's draining my energy. I tend to don't even be around those. So it's about trusting in you, trusting your feelings, trusting your gut instinct, and trusting your own molecular bioelectrical grid of your own body. Keeps me balanced. It clears a lot of traumatic experience. It silences my thoughts. I'm into information. I speak to thousands of people monthly, traveling. I still get self-doubt a lot too. One of the tools or utensils that I pull out my spiritual tool bag will be the crystals. It helps me deal with my own thoughts. And it's healing too though. Crystals, or it's been tested. There's plenty, it's about 1,300 different peer-reviewed science papers. These things was figured out in 1992. is when they start really figuring out the body and start figuring out that the actual meridian pathways of the body exist. It was an Indian yogi and it was a Ayurvedic yogi, and they came together and they was proving that, you know, chakras exist. They was proving that the electrical magnetic grid of the body exists, and it was proven that you have something called meridian pathways. They actually, at some of the points, these acupuncture points, they ejected this radioactive fluid. And when they ejected this fluid, it actually mapped out the body, just like the ancient Indians and the ancient Chinese have been talking about for thousands and thousands of years. And they literally put radioactive fluid in there and they traced it out, and it showed all the meridian points, it showed all the lymphatic neurological points, and it showed the whole pathway of how this energy just flows through the body. Now what's crazy is all of these energy points met in 7 centers of the body. And these 7 centers are what you'll call the chakras, or we'll call the endocrine system. These pathways that move energy in the body actually exist. Crystals, whether we're talking about magnetites or whether we're talking about calcite, which is another crystal that reacts in the body, these are synthesized by the own body glandular highway, right? Magnetites, calcites, or whether we're talking about cholesterol, HDL cholesterol or LDL cholesterol, these liquid crystals all interact with your body off of magnetic hertz and frequencies and interact with other organic or inorganic material around you.
So you have these liquid crystals that are found throughout the cell membranes of your cells, throughout the cellular structure, such as the cytoskeleton, the nuclear matrix, even the DNA contain liquid crystals. And we see it in our technology today. It's used in flat screen TVs, it's used in computers. They are very sensitive antennas that are sensitive to the external electromagnetic field.